Scientists claim that the way your brain perceives and analyzes information can reveal a lot about your personality. Look at each of these optical illusions for a couple of seconds. What you see first can say a lot about who you are. Number 1. If the first thing you saw was a tree, you tend to pay too much attention to details, but you're great at feeling the mood of other people. It makes you a tactful and empathetic person. And if you spotted a couple facing each other, you're logical, calm, and rational. You know how to reason with people, even when they're upset or nervous. Number 2. If you saw a car in this picture, you treasure your freedom. You like it when things go according to your plan. That's why it's often hard for you to make fast decisions. If you thought it was a man holding binoculars, you don't usually pay too much attention to details. Instead, you focus on the big picture. But maybe you noticed the letter A first. Then you have a rare ability to spot things other people miss. You're extremely intuitive and can think outside the box. Número 3. If the first thing you see in the picture is 2 thumbs, you're a great leader and an excellent organizer. You're ready to take responsibility, and you understand what consequences your actions will have. And if you spotted an eruption, you have an altruistic personality. You're interested in people and want to help them. And here's number 4. If it's a monkey you notice first, that's my picture. No, actually, you're an independent person. It's crucial for you to have some personal space. If you saw a tiger, you don't mind taking risks. You believe nothing is impossible if you try hard enough. 5. If the first thing you saw was several trees in front of a sunset, you're very perceptive and easygoing. If you spotted a feline's face, you're a determined person. You always stick to the decisions you make and move towards your goal no matter what. 6. If the first thing you noticed in this image was an outline of a face, you're likely to be an introvert. You don't like noisy parties. They make you feel worn out, both physically and emotionally. If you saw a saxophonist, you're more extroverted. You love socializing, and people fall all over themselves to make friends with you. But remember to rest and not to burn out. 7. If you only saw some nature in this image, your life is full of different events at the moment. You don't like routine, choosing to mix up your activities. This way, you'll never do the same stuff several days in a row. If you noticed a face hidden in this image, it's facing the bottom of the frame. You're an organized person. You find it hard to live without a plan. It makes you feel unsafe. 8. If you saw zebras more clearly, you love talking and enjoy being surrounded by people. Making new acquaintances is your hobby. You don't like following boring routines. If it was a lion that stood out in the image, you prefer a calmer lifestyle. You'd rather spend some quality time with your few trusted friends and your family. Having too many people around drains your energy, which makes you avoid crowded places. 9. If you saw a face in this image, you're approachable and laid back. People feel that you care. That's why they often unload their problems on you. But maybe the first thing you paid attention to was someone waving a magic wand at a kneeling figure. Then you're an ambitious person. Whatever you do, you gotta do it better than others. 10. If it was a cat that stood out in the image, you probably don't like changes. People know they can rely on you. At the same time, you tend to keep your feelings and emotions in check. If you saw a face, you're a creative person. You love learning new things, and your intuition helps you find opportunities literally everywhere. If the first thing that jumped out at you was a cliff, you can tackle pretty much any problem, all thanks to your positive outlook on life. Number 11. Is it a large, serious cat in the image? Then you're a realist when it comes to life. You see the big picture, and it helps you deal with problems. But if it's a mouse that caught your attention, you're an optimist. You try to find something positive in any situation, And in most cases, you succeed. 12. If you saw a woman's face in this picture, you often rely on your intuition, and it doesn't usually let you down. You're also attentive to what's happening in the world around you. But what if you focused on flowers? Then you're someone who often feels the need to slow down and relax in nature. 13. If a cute round face was what you noticed first, you're a sensitive and friendly person. You don't like conflicts and try to deal with disagreements in a peaceful way. If you paid attention to two birds, you're cheerful and outgoing. You love meeting new people. 14. If you saw an elephant, you're loyal to your friends and respectful to your family. People like your friendly and considerate personality. They also appreciate what a great listener you are. If you paid attention to a small village, you're quite traditional. You prefer a peaceful and simple lifestyle over a city bustle. 15. If it was the pillars that attracted your attention, you value comfort and security. It can be hard for you to break out of your comfort zone. If the image of two people popped out at you, your life is never dull. Curious and adventurous, you're ready to change your surroundings at the drop of a hat. So, somebody drop a hat. Whoops, there you go. 16. If you noticed a woman first, you have an analytical and thoughtful mind. You tend to be practical, which some people mistake for being cold-hearted. If you first saw an old man, you have a sensitive and compassionate personality. You're also creative and artistic. 17. Did you see two crocodiles facing each other? Then you always try to be in control of every situation in your life. If you noticed a bird first, you don't mind following instructions coming from other people. It doesn't mean you don't have your own opinion, but you're always ready to find a middle ground. 18. If you paid attention to a lady's face first, your brain's right hemisphere is developed better than the left one. You're an artistic person with high emotional intelligence. And if you saw a man playing the saxophone, your left brain. Logic is your strong suit. You excel at analytical thinking and numbers. 19. If you first spotted a crocodile, you're likely quite practical and prefer to avoid risks. Sometimes you tend to focus on negative things happening around you, so don't forget to relax and enjoy life. If you noticed a boat with two people in it sailing along the river, you have a great eye for details. You have a creative personality and can find a way out of any tricky situation. 20. If you saw a young woman, you have a joyful and optimistic personality. You perceive things in a positive light, but sometimes you can be too impulsive. If you noticed an old woman first, you have a lot of life experience. It helps you look at all situations from various perspectives. 21. Did you spot a duck first? Quack. Then you're a highly intuitive, creative type with a rich imagination. If the first thing you noticed was a rabbit, you have outstanding analytical skills. You must be great at writing, reading, and figuring out logical solutions to all kinds of problems. 22. If you saw a squirrel, you're great at analyzing things. Your logical thinking helps you process facts and find solutions amazingly fast. If what jumped out at you at first was a duck, your talents are more on the creative side of things. 23. Most people spot a frog in this image right away. If you're one of them, you're self-confident and thus relaxed. You communicate with others in a direct, honest, and sincere way. And if you saw a horse, you're always trying to get to the deeper meaning of things. You have your own opinion, and nothing people say can sway it. 24. If it was a candlestick that attracted your attention first, you usually see a situation as a whole. Only after figuring out the big picture, you spring into action. And if you notice two faces first, you have the ability to concentrate on details. It's extremely important for you to surround yourself with positive people and get their support.
Keep track of your points and check your results at the end of the test. Do you like playing tricks on people? A. Yes, but only my close friends. They know I don't mean it. B. Everyone all the time. C. Never. I'm afraid to hurt their feelings. D. Only if they play tricks on me. If you picked option A, you just earned 20 points. If you went with B, add 40 points to your basket. Those who chose C earned 10 points. D is worth 30 points. Which of these animals do you associate yourself with? A. Panther. I'm also posh, fast, and can always protect myself. B. Cute puppy. I wouldn't survive a day without my family. C. Kangaroo. I'm one of a kind and you can't approach me easily. D. Chameleon. I can fit into any surroundings. All panthers out there get 20 points. Puppies at heart can add 10 points to their score. Kangaroos scored 30, and chameleons got 40 points. If you turned into a superhero, what would you do first? A. Save the world. B. Travel the world. Being a superhero involves flying, right? C. Meet my favorite celebrity. D. Use my superpowers to produce as much money as I've always wanted. Option A brings you 30 points. B is worth 20. C is worth 10 points. D gives you 40 points. It's your birthday, and your friends surprise you with your dream car. How long will you be happy about it? A. A week, perhaps, until the joy fades away. B. Forever. It's the gift of a lifetime. C. It's no big deal. It takes way more than that to make me happy. D. I won't accept it. It's too much, and they know it. If you picked A, add 20 points to your score. If you went with B, it's worth 10 points. C brings you 40 points, and D, 30 points. What's your favorite kind of weather? A. Beach weather, sunshine, no clouds, heat. B. I love snow. Playing outside or staying at home on a snowy day makes me happy. C. Rainy weather. The sound of it helps calm me down. D. Extreme weather. Thunderstorms, tornadoes, sandstorms, they make life more interesting. If you prefer sunshine, add 20 points to your basket. Snow fans earn 10 points. Rain fans get 40 points. Those who love extreme weather earn 30 points. What movie would you choose to star in? A. Drama. I know how to play it because I live it. B. My sense of humor and irony will help. C. Superhero movie. I even know what my superhero costume will look like. D. I want to star in a detective movie and solve mysteries. Option A brings you 20 points. B is worth 10 points. C brings you 30 points. And D is worth 40 points. How do you feel before an important event? A. Nervous and scared. I don't want to let anyone down. B. Excited. I love to test myself and triumph. C. Calm and focused. That's what helps me always win. D. Useless. I always feel like others are putting more in it. If option A is your choice, you get 10 points. Would you rather go with B? It's worth 30 points. C brings you 40 points. D is worth 20 points. What activity would you like to exclude from your routine for good? A. Washing, drying, and brushing my hair. It's a waste of time. B. Having to pick my outfits. Let a robot do it for me. C. Cooking. It's definitely not my thing. D. Cleaning. Things turn into a mess again too soon. If option A sounds like the way to go, give yourself 10 points. If B is your choice, you just scored 30 points. In case you went with C, add 40 points to your basket. Finally, D brings you 20 points. Which sense do you rely on the most? A. Smell. I could create my own perfumes. B. Hearing. I can hear someone whisper across the street. C. Sight. They say I have eyes on my back. D. Taste. It has never let me down. If you went for sense of smell, you get 40 points. Those who trust their hearing get 10 points. If you have an eagle eye, award yourself with 20 points. Your sense of taste brings you 30 points. You're arranging a first date with someone you really like. What is it gonna be? A. I'll rent a movie theater or a planetarium just for the two of us. B. I'll cook some fancy food and learn to play some musical instrument. C. I'll take them to an escape room and let them show how smart and brave they are. D. Huh? I don't arrange dates. Others try their best to impress me. Option A brings you 10 points. B gives you 30 points. Option C is worth 20 points. If you chose option D, here are your 40 points. What do you do when you're angry? A. Ignore everything and everyone. I need some time to cool down. B. Read my favorite book or listen to some music. C. Cry my heart out. It helps me restart my system. D. Think it over. I gotta understand what made me so angry and how to avoid it. Option A adds 40 points to your basket. Option B gives you 30 points. C is worth 10 points. And D is worth 20 points. Your friend's having a housewarming party. What do you bring to it? A. Some food or something else practical will do. B. I'll write a poem or make a fun collage and frame it to make it memorable. C. I'll just ask them what they need for the new house. D. Nothing. My presence is the best gift. In case you chose option A, give yourself 10 points. B adds 30 points to your score. C is worth 20, and D is a 40-point option. What time do you usually go to bed? A. 10 p.m. 11 p.m. at latest. I keep it healthy. B. 2 a.m. or so, and then I wake up around 2 p.m. C. What is sleep? I never get any. D. 8 p.m. I need my beauty sleep. Healthy sleepers get 40 points. Night owls get 30 points. Those who never sleep win 20 points. Those who go to bed early get 10 points. Which of the following sounds like the absolute worst idea to you? A. Never leaving my hometown for the rest of my life. B. Doing all the work and watching others get promoted. C. Have someone else pick my hairstyle for me. D. Never knowing my schedule. I can't live without a good plan. Those who went with option A get 30 points. Option B is worth 40 points. C brings you 20 points. D is worth 10 points. Pick a color combination you'd never get tired of wearing. A. Black and white. I'm classy. B. Gray and pink. Official with a playful twist. C. Orange, purple, emerald with a sprinkle of blue. I dress brightly. D. Stripes, polka dot, paisley. It's not about colors, it's about patterns. In case you chose option A, add 40 points to your score. B brings you 10 points. C brings you 30 points. D is worth 20 points. Time to sum up your points. If you ended up with 150 to 230 points, your hidden superpower is invisibility. You can always disappear from an event you don't like smoothly. If you don't want anyone to notice you at a lecture or a business meeting, they never will. Did you get 240 to 330 points? Congrats, you have the superpower of flying. You're doing things way faster than other people. Sometimes they ask you to share your secret of being here and there at the same time. You fly from place to place and are never late. You're always the first to try out a new trend and visit a new place. In case you scored 340 to 420 points, you're a super brain. You're one of the smartest people around. You can figure out the solution to any problem in a matter of seconds. When life gets too easy, your brain gets bored. You have an excellent sense of humor and irony. You like to plan things, and your plan always works out. Those who got 430 to 510 points, you have the superpower of reading minds. You have a lot of friends and make new ones easily. You always feel when something's wrong with them and know exactly how to help. You can also make others change their mind if it's in your interest. If your final score is 510 points or more, you're a money magnet. You never run out of it. The second you realize you could use some more cash, opportunities make it float your way. You know how to save and how to spend money.
All right, pal. I'm the fashion police here. Yeah, I was going to give you a ticket for those pleats, but hey, no worries. I'm not going to arrest your last season's outfit. I'm here to tell you something new about your personality based on the items you love to wear, because they can actually tell me who you really are and reveal all your secrets to me. So, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Grab a pen and a paper and keep track of your answers to get the most accurate description at the end. You ready? Then let's begin. Which color palette speaks to you the most? A. Is it going to be this bright one? B. Or maybe this heartwarming B? C. Looks good to me as well. D. Is so pastel. And E. Well, that's something different. Two. What is a pattern you like to wear? A. Floral, but make it more abstract. B. Plaids. C. Stripes. D. Animal prints. E. I like to keep things plain. 3. You're out shopping with your friends at the mall. What's the first item you look at? A. All kinds of jewelry. B. A giant scarf. C. A sleek and expensive bag. D. I head to the makeup section first. I mean, you do. E. Oversized hoodies. 4. What would be your ideal place to live? A. Living the van life would be the dream. B. A cottage inside the woods that's far from any chaos. C. A penthouse on the tallest skyscraper in the city. D. A giant mansion in the burbs. E. An apartment in a brownstone building. 5. Which statement do you agree with? A. The clothes I wear usually reflect how I feel during that day. B. I love layering. It also makes me prepared for any kind of weather. C. I don't like changing my style. I stick to what I think looks good on me. D. I always follow the trends and spend my money on designer items. E. I value comfort over style, but I try to look presentable. 6. What is something you will never wear? A. I'll wear it if I feel like it. B. Neon colors. C. Cargo pants. D. Ripped jeans. E. Anything with sequins. 7. What would be your ideal shoes? A. Sandals. B. Boots. C. Loafers. D. High heels. E. Sneakers. 8. What do you think about accessories? A. The more the better. B. I have a necklace I wear every day. It brings me luck. C. An expensive watch is the best accessory. It's also practical. D. I wear diamonds all the time. E. Less is more. 9. How would your friends describe your style? A. Honestly, I don't know and don't care. B. A mix of dark academia and cottage core. C. They tell me I look sharp. D. I don't know, but I hope they like it. E. They would say I'm a minimalist. (10) What do you tend to wear when traveling? A. Whatever I find lying on the ground in my messy room is fine. B. A cozy sweater and jeans. C. A suit. D. Full makeup. E. A t-shirt and sweatpants. (11) What city would you like to visit? A. Rio. B. Edinburgh. C. New York. D. Monte Carlo. E. Copenhagen. (12) What is your favorite Friday night activity? A. Going out dancing with my friends. B. Watching a new movie, preferably at home. C. Dining at a Michelin star restaurant. D. I prefer Sunday brunches over Friday night activities. E. Gathering with friends at somebody's place. (13) Where do you like to shop? A. Wherever I feel like. B. I shop online and check vintage stores. C. I usually visit a tailor for custom-made clothes that fit me perfectly. D. I shop at designer stores only. E. Retail stores have everything I want. (14) What is something you would like to try? A. Piercings or tattoos would be fun. B. Adding cloaks to my wardrobe. C. Wearing brighter colors from time to time. D. Staying in my PJs all day. E. I would like to try the futuristic style one day. Well, pal, that's it for questions. Now, let's see what your style tells me about you. If you have mostly A's, it's fair to say you have an edgy style. You're a bold person who likes to show your personality. You're comfortable in your own skin. You aren't afraid to be different and don't like being bound by rules and restrictions. You're a bit of a rebel. That's why you don't really care whether a shirt goes well with a coat or if the color of your bag matches the color of your shoes. The word impossible doesn't exist in your vocabulary. You are very creative and smart. You have an unconventional way of thinking. You are also a dreamer and a bit of a romantic. That's why you think if you put your mind to it, there is nothing you can't achieve. We need more free spirits like you. If you have mostly B's, you're a nostalgic one. That's why you enjoy the fashion of the past decades. You try to interpret it in your life and create more modern looks with those old trends. You value wisdom the most. That's why you love to read lots of books and learn new things. You're a mysterious person who doesn't let people in easily. It takes time for you to trust and open up. But those who are a part of your life are so lucky because there is nothing you won't do to protect them or make them feel loved and happy. Your favorite season is likely the fall, and you're probably a night owl. You don't like being in crowded places. It drains your energy. You prefer spending time alone in nature. It makes you feel powerful. Try to meet more people and give them a chance to get to know you. They might surprise you. If you have mostly C's, you're a let's get down to business type of person, and you show that with your formal clothes. You value power and like to have control over things. It's important for you to stay on top of everything. You get angry if you feel like people are keeping something from you. Minor inconveniences cause you great distress. You're most likely an early bird who is ambitious and hardworking. You want to be successful in everything you do and expect so much from yourself. Now, keep in mind that you're only human, and such high expectations put you under a lot of pressure. You don't have to have a solution for everything all the time. It's okay to fail every now and then. Those who truly love you will still accept you, even if you don't achieve greatness. Now, if you have mostly D's, your wardrobe is sophisticated and classy. You always dress well and look polished no matter where you're going. Even if that means you're overdressing for the occasion, you never compromise your style. You love being the center of attention. You care about what people think of you. And that's why you tend to buy stuff that you think they would like. You may seem like a snob to some people, but actually, you have a very kind and big heart. Those who are close to you know that you love to help others whenever you can and try to bring out the best in them. Don't be afraid to show people who you really are and live your own truth. You don't need to please them all the time with the way you look, talk, or act. You're enough, and you're loved. If you have mostly ease, you have a casual style. You like to keep things simple. You often choose sporty clothing items because they make you feel comfortable and relaxed. You're a bit shy and don't like drawing too much attention to yourself. You like being around people, especially your close ones. You feel much better and happier when you know you belong to a group. You're a good communicator and bond well with other people. However, you also value your personal space. So sometimes, sitting at a cafe alone, sipping coffee, and observing others is one of your favorite activities. You're also athletic, and you take good care of your health. So, was the description you got accurate? Let me know, pal, in the comments below. And hey, I'll let you off with a warning this time. Lose the pleats.
Hey there! Are you ready to get your mind blown by some absolutely stunning optical illusions? Or do you want to check how easily your mind can get tricked? Then watch our 11 optical illusions and let me know which impressed you the most. So here's the first one. Look at it attentively. What do you see here? Most people are sure they're looking at a 3D sphere on a patterned monochrome background. Or maybe you even feel that the ball is suspended in the air in front of some flat surface. In reality, this is a 2D image. The illusion occurs because of how the elements of the pattern are placed. Another 3D image, which is actually totally flat. I don't know about you, but it seems to me that I'm looking at sand dunes colored in a dazzle of zebras. But no, this effect occurs thanks to the different thickness and position of the stripes. Now, look at this picture. Don't take your eyes off of it even for a moment. See? The circles are moving. It's a popular motion illusion. One of the coolest things about it is that it grinds to a halt if you look at only one part of the image. Try it out. And if you start looking around, it begins to move again. Is it magic? These circles might look simple and unassuming at first, but try moving your head back and forth while keeping your focus on the dot in the center of the image. Do you see that the circles formed by the rhombi start to rotate? When you're tilting your head towards the screen, they move in one direction. When you get farther from the image, they move in the opposite direction. And isn't that cool? How about something even more baffling? Look at this image. This grating is moving vertically, right? Not really. It's moving diagonally. This illusion occurs when a diagonally striped pole rotates horizontally around its vertical axis. To the viewer, it appears as though the stripes are moving downward rather than around the pole. Why so? Because you see the pole through a vertical window, which provides you with very little information about what's actually happening to it. Look at this beauty! Doesn't this kinetic illusion make you feel as if the image is both streaming, shimmering, and moving all at the same time? But the picture is actually a bunch of lines of the same color coming from the common center. The next illusion you're going to see is beautiful. The longer you look at the picture, the less static it seems. The image appears to be rotating, even though it's actually not moving, not even a bit. This illusion occurs as a result of your eyes reacting to the size variations of the circles and interacting color contrasts. Wow, isn't this image bright and pretty? But don't stare at it for too long. It can give you a slight headache and make your eyes hurt. Anyway, now that I've warned you, doesn't it seem to you that all these rings are rotating in opposite directions? I know this effect is extremely strong, but I promise it's not an animated GIF. It's a perfectly still image, but the design and colors make it look as if the rings are moving. Hey, look at this 3D purple landscape. Isn't it charming? The only problem is that, I bet you've already guessed, this is not a 3D image. It's the unusual bright pattern that creates this illusion. Here's another 3D illusion. This time, it's a checkerboard that seems to be bulging. Look at it attentively. The squares are perfectly straight. Their borderlines are parallel and perpendicular, but your brain insists this image is domed. The explanation is connected with the dots. They don't actually touch the borders of the squares. There's always a narrow margin, but your brain interprets those margins like lines, which messes up with your perception. And instead of the right angles, some of them seem acute while others appear obtuse. In this image, all of the edges are either vertical, horizontal, or at a 45-degree angle. But does it seem this way to you? I bet your answer is no. And there's one more thing you can do with this image to make it even cooler. Pause this video so that the image is static and move your scroll bar up and down. It'll appear that the illusion also has some element of motion to it. Awesome! Now, how about we try to figure out what makes it possible for optical illusions to trick our mind? I mean, you know 100% that what your eyes are telling your brain is wrong, but you just can't make yourself stop seeing it. Scientists are sure that sometimes our brain may unconsciously bend our perception of the world to meet our expectations. It fills in the gaps using your past experiences. In other words, it's not your eyes that play tricks on you. It's the way your brain interprets the image sent by the eyes. As an expert said, an optical illusion is a mismatch between the visual impression of the actual properties of the object. Anyway, my favorite illusion is the one with bright rotating circles. What about you? Share your opinion in the comments. Are you planning to change your hair color? Let me help you pick the best option. 1. Do you care about fashion and trends? A. No thanks, I never cared about fashion. B. Yes, I follow all the trends. C. I have a friend who consults me about them. D. Sometimes they pop up on social media, so I know something. If you picked A, add 20 points to your score. If you went with B, it's worth 40 points. C brings you 10, and D, 30 points. 2. Which of these color combos would you never wear? A, black and white. B, brown and blue. C, pink and green. D, yellow and gray. Option A brings you 30 points. B is worth 10 points. C brings you 40 points. And D is worth 20 points. 3. You're feeling down. What kind of movie can cheer you up? A silly comedy with a happy ending will do. B, some good old black and white classics. C, an action-packed movie. D, I like cartoons. A brings you 10 points. B is worth 20. C is worth 30 points. D brings you 40 points. 4. You can get one superpower. What's it gonna be? A. I'd love to be invisible. B. Teleportation. C. Super strength. D. The power of convincing people to do anything I tell them. If option A is your choice, you get 10 points. Did you go with B? It's worth 20 points. C brings you 40 points. D is worth 30 points. If you had to eat one meal every day for a month, what would it be? A. Pizza for life. B. Some gourmet food like caviar or foie gras. C. Fruits and veggies only. D. Steaks. I'm a meat fan. Pizza fans get 20 points. Gourmet food lovers get 40 points. Fruits and veggies bring you 10 points. Steaks add 30 points to your basket. 6. When do you feel most productive? A. In the morning. B. After lunch. C. Anytime after coffee. D. In the evening and at night. If option A sounds like the way to go, give yourself 10 points. If B is your choice, you just scored 20 points. In case you went with C, it's worth 30 points. Finally, D gives you 40 points. What is your worst quality? A. I plan everything and get upset when things don't turn out my way. B. I'm too emotional and can cry over the smallest things. C. I'm jealous of the success of others. D. I don't know how to forgive others. A adds 10 points to your score. B is worth 20, and C is a 30-point option. D brings you 40 points. 8. Your friend invites you to go on a trip with them. It starts tomorrow. What do you say? A. Impossible! I need to know at least a month in advance. B. I'll think about it and maybe join them later. C. I'll convince them to move the trip one day and go with them. D. Sure thing. I'm packing already. If you chose A for this one, you get 10 points. B is worth 20 points. If you went with C, add 40 points to your score. And D is worth 30. 9. Why did you decide to dye your hair? A. To let everyone know I'm extraordinary. B. To change my life. I'm trying to overcome a breakup. C. To help others see that I'm a serious person. D. To spice things up. I've had my current hair color for years. If you picked option A, you just scored 10 points. If you chose option B, it's worth 30 points. C gives you 40 points. And D brings you 20 points. 10. What compliment would you be happiest to hear? A. You look really elegant. B. Are you a business guru? C. You're out of this world. D. You have the most beautiful smile. Option A adds 40 points to your basket. B gives you 30 points. C is worth 10, and D is worth 20 points. If a stylist messed up your hair, what would your reaction be? A. Say you love it, but cry at home. B. Start a massive fight with them to get a refund. C. Without saying anything, just go to some other place to get it fixed. D. Explain what's wrong and give the stylist a second chance. In case you chose option A, 10 points are going your way. B adds 20 points to your score. C is worth 30, and D is a 40-point option. 12. If you won $1 million, what would you spend it on? A. I'll travel the world. B. A huge new house. C. Gifts for all my friends and family. D. I'll invest in my own business. A brings you 10 points. B is worth 30. C is worth 40 points. D brings you 20 points. You're starting your brand. What will your logo look like? A plane or a globe with some inspiring slogan. B. A unicorn and a rainbow. C. Just my initials to make it as businesslike as possible. D. A star or a diamond. If you picked a star or a diamond, add 20 points to your score. A unicorn brings you 40 points. A logo with your initials is worth 10. And the globe gives you 30 points. 14. You're moving into a new house. What will you decorate first? A. The living room. B. My bedroom. C. The kitchen. D. I'll start a garden. Option A is worth 20 points. B adds 40 points to your basket. C brings you 30 points. D is worth 10 points. Dessert, anyone? A. Yes, I'll go with a chocolate cake. B. Smoothie, please. C. Nah, I'm good. D. I'd like to have some ice cream. If you picked option A, you just earned 10 points. If you went with B, add 20 points to your basket. Those who chose C earned 40 points. D is worth 30 points. Alright, it's time to do some math and sum up all your points. Did you get 160 points or less? Looks like you're pretty happy with your current hair color. Maybe it's not really the time to change it. You're well balanced and pretty happy with your life. If you want to change something, try adding a new color to your wardrobe or curling your hair. In case your final score is between 170 and 240 points, here's your sign to dye your hair blonde. You've always wanted to try it, right? You feel like it can make your life easier and more fun, so go for it! And a bob haircut will make you look even cooler. If you scored somewhere between 250 and 320 points, bright red hair is what you need. It's definitely an attention grabber, and you want it at this point in your life. It will match your fiery personality and will justify all the crazy things you do in life. Try to add some layers to your hair, and maybe even bangs. In case your final score is 330 to 400 points, black is the color for you. You're refined, classy, and stylish. You're also smart and want to take a step up in your career. Black hair and a pixie haircut will help people take you more seriously. It will also give you the self-confidence you need to succeed. Did you get 410 to 480 points? Highlights are the perfect option for you. It's always hard for you to choose just one thing. You're afraid of missing out on something. Luckily, there's always room for compromise, even when it's your own hair. Try braiding it. It will look charming. If you came to the finish line with 490 to 550 points, the best choice for you is electric blue or pink. In fact, you can choose any color as long as it's exotic and bright. You're a creative soul and your everyday routine is making you sad. Add a contrasting hairband or huge clips to make the style even more unique. For those of you who ended up with 560 to 600 points, you're out of this world! Why settle on one color when you can have the entire rainbow on your hair? It sure takes a lot of courage, but you have it in you. As a bonus, you'll attract similar awesome people.
Hey, how about we create your psychological portrait using optical illusions? You game? The rules are simple. Just remember the first thing you saw in the picture. Now, if you see a horse in this picture, you're a very valuable friend. You have excellent communication skills, and you're very confident and reliable. But if the first thing you saw here is the horse's head, it may mean you're critical of everything, and the opinion of others can't throw you off the path. The next illusion. Those who saw a crocodile here love a quiet life and don't like to open up to something new. But if you saw a boat, you're more creative than other people and pay attention to small details. Those who see a young woman here have an analytical mind and use their left brain more. If you see an old man, you're likely to be a very gentle and sensitive person who can be very empathetic to other people. You're more creative and you use the right side of your brain. The white pillars in the picture mean you like comfort and safety. but you should leave the comfort zone to gain more experience and achieve something new. But if the first thing you see is the silhouettes of two men, then you're the kind of person who doesn't sit in place and is ready to move constantly. Are these flowers or a woman's face? If it's flowers for you, then you appreciate the world you live in and just love nature. And if the first thing to draw your eye was a woman's face, then you have a great ability to highlight details from the environment that will help you to make the right decision. If an orange explosion is painted for you here, you have incredible leadership qualities. But if the first thing you see in this picture is black fingers, then you're a very compassionate, generous, and kind person. Hey, did you see two faces here? You're an extrovert. You're social, and you're constantly thinking about other people. But you also get influenced easily, so try to surround yourself only with good people. But if you see a candlestick here, you're the exact opposite. You think more about yourself than about other people, and you like to sit at home rather than having noisy parties with a bunch of people. Ooh, this one is scary. If you see a skull here, it means it's hard for you to make decisions and move forward. But you need to find the courage and overcome the circumstances. It's the only way for you to become stronger. And if you see a woman, you're probably feeling like a squeezed lemon, both emotionally and physically. Perhaps you have just ended a difficult period in your life. In any case, stay on the bright side. Now, if you see trees here, you must be an ambitious person who loves to bring everything to perfection. If you saw the roots at the first moment, it means you're a progressive person who strives for improvement. If the whole picture looked like dark lips to you, then you're a person who doesn't like to go deep into something and study too much. Hey, were those chocolate lips? Now, what do we have here? Is it a river and a cliff? Then you're an optimist who adapts easily to the changes in life. But if the first thing you see is a white cat, then you like stability, and you're in an emotional and mental balance. And you're a cat lover, of course. And if you see a face here, then you're a very creative person. You see a new opportunity in every detail of the world, and you're very curious. Whoa, is this an explosion? Then you're easily scared. You often feel fear of something new and unknown. You may even be in conflict with yourself. But if you see a passionate kiss in the smoke, then you value relationships and family the most in life. This is the highest priority for you. Ooh, cute bears. If you saw them first, then you can easily solve problems. You see a picture from far away, notice all the details, and can find the best solution. But if for you this picture is a mountain landscape, then you are a more intuitive person. You're guided by your sixth sense when decision-making. Are you a realist? If you saw a big blue cat here, then yes, you don't have much fantasy, but you see the world as it is, and it helps you make plans on how to conquer it. If a little mouse hits your eyes first, you can see the positive even in the worst-case scenario. For you, the glass is always half full. The next illusion. If you see a girl at the window, then be careful. This may suggest that you expect something unpleasant to happen, and you're also probably an impulsive person. If you see a skull here, then you're pessimistic. Your friends may call you a cynic, but you consider yourself a realist. Creativity against analytics? What do you see? If the red saxophonist is the first thing you see, then you are a person who likes to systematize and analyze information. You must be good at math and foreign languages. And if you see a portrait of a woman here, then you're an emotional and creative person. Is it a bird? Then you're a daydreamer, though a little absent-minded. But you strive to make the world a better place and invent ways to do so. And if there's a big face of a lion here, then you're a very brave person who's ready to face their insecurities and come out the winner of any fight. And here we have crocodiles? Then maybe you like to be in charge and manage your life. Orders from other people make you suffer because you're a natural leader. If you see a bird in the middle, you're ready to help others. You're reliable and friendly. Okay, If the first thing you see here is a car, then you're a person who appreciates their freedom. You like to break away on an unexpected journey, meet new people, and see new places. If you saw a person with binoculars, it means you have an analytical type of thinking, and you like to look at things from afar, often missing small details. And although you can absorb a lot of visual information, you should focus on the smaller things too. If you saw the letter A, then congratulations! You have a very sharp vision, just like an eagle. So hey, you can dive on a salmon. And you have well-developed intuition. Oh, this one is harder. If you're a girl and you've seen a man's face here, then either you're looking for a partner or your current partner is a priority in your life and you feel a strong emotional connection with him. But if you see a woman's face, then you feel comfortable and self-sufficient. Guys who saw a man's face are concerned about relationships with other men, whether they are colleagues, friends, or even other guys in the gym. And if you see a female face, you're looking for your love. But take your time, or else you may push too hard. This is a test for Super Sherlock. Of course, it's two squirrels, right? Well, that means you're pretty lazy and you don't get too much into details. Now, tilt your head a little to the left. Now you can see a woman's face. But if that's what you saw from the beginning, then you're an incredibly attentive person who can get along well with other people. And now we will determine your psychological age. If the first thing you saw was old people's faces, then you have already lived a long and colorful life. You definitely have something to remember. But if you see a young couple sitting next to each other, then you're young and all the fun is waiting for you. Now, be ready to give a quick answer. Remember what you see first. Let's go! If you notice a smiling face, you're an optimist. If it's the open book, you're smart and have a well-developed intuition. If it was roses, you're calm and kind. The tilted cross means that you're faithful. Balloons mean cheerfulness and good imagination. If the first thing you saw was a heart, then you're gentle and affectionate. The lion's face means that you're fearless. And if at first you noticed the tie, you're determined and diligent. Oh, and if you saw the ice cream cone, then it's time for an eye exam, because there wasn't one in the picture.
Animals are awesome. They radiate charisma, confidence, and vitality. Here's a brief quiz that will help you find out what your very own guardian animal is and adopt some of its amazing, authentic traits. Pick your answers, don't forget to count your score, and see the results at the end of this video. Pick the landscape that you like the most. African savanna adds 2 points to your score. If you chose these beautiful tropical flowers, add 3 points to your score. Snowy mountains, add 0 points. And coniferous forests gives you 1 point. Here's the next question. Do you feel connected with animals? Nope. Of course. Well, it depends. I like them more than humans. Option A adds 1 point to your score. If you chose B, add 3 points to your score. Answer C costs 2 points. And D brings you 0 points. How would you describe yourself? Smart, beautiful, lucky, hardworking. A adds 1 point to your score. If you picked option B, take 2 points. Option C adds 3 points. And answer D brings you 0 points. Pick the sky and clouds that you like the most. This delicate surprise brings you 3 points. If you liked the thunderclouds, add 1 point to your score. Romantic sunset lovers get 2 points. And the starry night sky brings you 0 points. What do you do if you see a spider in your home? I scream and run away from home. Nothing, I let it go. I take a picture. I give it a name and we become best friends. Option A adds 0 stars to your score. B brings you 1 point. Answer C is worth 2 points. And D brings you 3 points. What taste do you prefer most of all? Salty, sweet, spicy, neutral. If your choice is option A, add 1 point to your score. Answer B adds 0 points. Answer C brings you 2 points. And answer D is worth 3 points. What are you scared of the most? My own thoughts. The dark. Being a failure. Insects. Card A brings you 1 point. Option B adds 2 points to your score. If you chose C, add 3 points to your score. And answer D brings you 0 points. Do you feel like a leader? I don't, but who if not me? Never, that's the worst job ever. Always, I like to control everything. I wish I had enough courage. If you picked option A, add 2 points to your score. Option B brings you 1 point. Option C is worth 3 points. And answer D brings you 0 points. If we ask your best friend to describe you in just one emoji, what would it be? Laughing, crying, poker face, heart. A brings 3 points to your score. If you chose B, add 0 points to your score. Option C brings you 1 point, and option D adds 2 points. Would you rather work in a group or alone? Alone. In a group. Depends on the task. I prefer working in pairs. If you picked option A, add 3 points to your score. Option B brings you 2 points. Option C is worth 0 points. And answer D brings you 1 point. Which music genre do you like the most? Classical, rap, disco, rock. A adds 0 points to your score. B brings you 3 points. C adds 2 points. And D adds 1 point. If you could make one wish come true, which one would you pick? To be immortal. To become super beautiful. To become super rich. To make all creatures in the universe happy. A brings you 0 points in this round. Option B adds 2 points. C is worth 1 point. And answer D adds 3 points. If you could pick just one of these 4 jobs, which would you choose? Firefighter. I'm ready to take risks to save lives. Fashion designer. Making people look beautiful is my passion. Pilot. Flying makes me feel so free. Chef. Preparing food always makes me happy. If you chose A, add 1 point to your score. Option B brings you 2 points. C adds 0 points. And answer D brings you 3 points. Are you confident? I try to be. No. Yep, I'm the most confident. I tend to overthink every action. If you picked option A, add 3 points to your score. Option B brings you 1 point. C adds 2 points, and answer D brings you 0 points. What do you usually do when you feel upset? Talk with my therapist. Go outdoors and play a sport. Listen to music. Go shopping. If you chose A, add 0 points to your score. Option B brings you 1 point. C costs 3 points. And answer D brings you 2 points. Pick one element. Air, fire, water, earth. If you chose A, add 0 points to your score. Option B adds 2 points. Option C is worth 3 points. And answer D brings you 1 point. Do you get along with your family? Not really. I take care of myself on my own. Yeah, I can't imagine my life without them. We share some similar interests. Well, let's just say I'm still waiting for my magic school invitation. If you chose A, add 1 point to your score. Option B brings you 2 points. C adds 3 points. And answer D brings you 0 points. Pick an item of clothing. The hat brings 0 points to your score. If you picked the glitter coat, grab your 2 points. The pair of jeans brings you 1 point, and the swimsuit brings you 3 points. Pick the dance style that you like the most. Ballet dancers bring 0 points to your score. The contemporary dancer brings you 3 points. If you pick the tango, grab 1 point. And the Brazilian carnaval brings you 2 points. Which one represents you? Cozy, funny, kind. Modest, loyal, trustworthy. Careless, adventurous, spontaneous. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Option A adds 3 points to your score. Option B brings you 1 point. If you chose C, you get 0 points. And answer D brings you 2 points. Pick a flower. Lilies, mysterious just like me. Daisies, they give me a peaceful and warm vibe. Peonies, there's something royal about them. Narcissus, they're so soft and elegant. Card A adds 1 point to your score. Option B brings you 3 points. If you chose C, grab your 2 points. And answer D brings you 0 points. What pet would you rather have? Cat, dog, bird, iguana, obviously. Card A adds 3 points to your score. Option B is worth 2 points. C brings you 0 points. And answer D brings you 1 point. Ready for the results? Make sure you calculated your score correctly, and let's go! If your score is between 0 and 16 points, congratulations! Your guardian animal is an owl. The wise creature protects you from all kinds of troubles and helps you through difficult times. It also makes you attentive enough to see fake friendships and the evil motives in other people. Sometimes you might feel insecure like you're from another planet, but don't give up. Allow yourself to make space for long-term prosperity and well-being. Whenever you face injustice or feel less confident, your owl guard will help you calm down and step into your power again. If your score is between 16 and 32 points, your totem animal is a wolf. You probably like to stay in the shadows and allow your noisy friends to take away the whole spotlight. Your soul guardian teaches you to value independence, self-sufficiency, and calmness. Walking alone and journaling can help you rediscover your authentic self. People tend to perceive you as a deep, mysterious person. They want to learn more about your inner world. So, if someone ever violates your boundaries, just make one of those angry wolf looks. If you got from 32 to 48 points, your soul protector is a lion. This animal can teach you to overcome pride and egocentrism in order to become a kind-hearted and generous leader. People come to you for advice all the time because you radiate confidence and humor. Every dream seems possible when they're around you. Although your supply of love for people is almost inexhaustible, sometimes you need a break. So, manage your energy wisely and don't allow people to take advantage of you. If you got from 48 to 66 points, your guardian animal is a whale. It can teach you to vibe with the ocean and enjoy life as it is every step of the way. This feeling of oneness, unity, and wisdom will help you navigate through life as if you were dancing with the waves. Try to cherish this state of mind and observe the drama of life from a detached point of view, like an experienced film director or a music composer. This will give you the capacity to invent progressive solutions that improve people's lives and the environment.
So, have you ever wanted to start a blog? Well, that's a sign. And this test will help you decide which type of blog will suit you best. Are you ready? Grab a piece of paper and a pen and record your answers. I'll let you know the results at the end of the video. Now let's start with your personality. Which 3 words would you say describe you best? A. Creative, resilient, perfectionist. B. Attractive, confident, creative. C. Active, adventurous, social. D. Kind, funny, sensitive. Or E. Smart, focused, determined. Do you have any hobbies? Pick it if it's on the list. If not, pick something that's closer to you and that you'd like to try. A. Cooking. B. Music, photography. C. Hiking. D. Reading. Or E. Computer programming. Now, choose a color that best reflects your personality. A. White, the color of peace and cleanliness. B. Royal purple is my choice. It's the color of wealth and nobility. C. Green is the closest to me. It's the color of life and nature. D. My color is happy and joyful yellow. All the best things are yellow: sunshine, autumn, dandelions, and bananas. Or is it E. Blue? This color symbolizes inspiration, freedom, and harmony. Maybe you can relate to that. What's your favorite way to spend a Friday night? A. I like to stay at home, cook dinner, and maybe bake something as a treat. B. I go out with my friends and we have fun. C. Go for a walk and wander around the city, preferably somewhere new. D. I like to stay in bed with a book or a movie and some snacks. E. I meditate, do some self-care, and think of my plans and goals. Now tell me, what's your favorite social media? A. Reddit. B. Instagram. C. YouTube. D. TikTok. Or E. Twitter. Think of your budget and the way you spend money. Aside from food and bills, what do you spend the most money on? A. Kitchen utensils. B. Going out. C. Traveling. D. Books. Or E. Online courses. Now, pick your favorite food. Again, if it's not in the photos, just pick something that's more your style. A. Something fancy looking like seafood. B. Salads and healthy food. C. Something creative from a different culture. D. Pizza, yum. Or E. Coffee and croissant. Now, just pick an outfit that represents your personality. Make your choice and don't forget to write it down. A. Something comfortable and homey. B. Something fancy, expensive looking. C. Outdoorsy. D. Something neat and simple. Or E. Office style. Your birthday is approaching. There's a choice of 5 gifts you can receive. What will you pick? A. A set of new shiny pots. B. A gift certificate to a mall. C. A good and big backpack. D. A new set of books from your book list. Or E. Coffee machine. Out of these famous fictional characters, who do you think is more like you? A. Monica Geller from Friends. B. Jay Gatsby from The Great Gatsby. C. Bilbo Baggins from The Hobbit. D. Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter franchise. Or is it E. Lisa Simpson from The Simpsons? What's your favorite vacation destination? A. A city life. Staying in an Airbnb, going to local restaurants, and getting to know the city. B. A cruise, where I can fully relax and take good vacation photos. C. Remote places where tourists don't usually go. D. A beach. There's nothing better than spending time at the sea or by the pool and watching a movie in the hotel at night. Or E. The mountains, where I can be by myself with my thoughts and come up with new ideas. When you travel to a different city or country, what are you most excited about? A. Food. I love trying different cuisines. B. I love to dive into city life, visit restaurants and clubs, and of course, take many photos and post them. C. I enjoy the scenery and talking to the locals. I love to immerse myself in new environments. D. I love to wander around the city without maps and discover vintage stores and bookshops. Or E. I look forward to visiting museums and exhibitions. You're a traveler walking through the woods. You can go anywhere you want, and there are 5 roads waiting for you. Which one do you choose? A. I'll go towards the river. There's water and some fish I can catch. B. Towards the road. I don't want to get lost. The road means there's a city somewhere out there. C. I'll go towards the mountains. There must be beautiful scenery, and maybe there's a hiking trail. D. I'll go further into the woods and enjoy the experience. E. I'll just turn around and go back where I came from. I don't have time for this. You're on a vacation exploring old caves, and you find a magic lamp. You know what to do. Rub it. So you rub, and a genie appears. But what a bummer! The genie says that you only have 1 wish. Having 3 is a myth. What will you wish for? A. Unlimited supply of food. B. Unlimited amount of money. C. A teleportation machine. D. The ability to travel in and out of fictional worlds. Or E. The ability to freeze time. Now imagine you got access to a time machine. Where would you travel? A. I would stay in my time. I would rather travel across space, not time. B. To the Victorian times with fancy balls and dinners. C. I would go to ancient Egypt or Greece. D. I would go a century into the future. E. I would sell it or start giving tours. Imagine that you already have a successful blog. What would you be most pleased to hear about it and you from other people? A. I love your aesthetic and everything you post is amazing. B. You live an amazingly interesting life. I wish I could be like you. C. You have amazing content and you inspire me to try new experiences. D. Your content is interesting and fresh. I rely on you for your recommendations. Or E. You inspire me to grow and be better every day. I hope to be successful like you one day. Now, count your answers. Do you have more of A's, B's, C's, or D's? Then it's time for the results. So, what type of blog should you start? If you have more A's than anything else, then you should consider starting a cooking blog. You probably like cooking or baking, and it's a great way to share your knowledge with the world and try something new. The blog will motivate you to be better and learn more about your hobby. If you got more B's than anything else, then you should start a lifestyle blog. You're probably a very attractive and open person living a very interesting life. You're sure to find many friends, admirers, or just people who will love watching you and learning about your life. Did you get more C's? Fun fact, it resembles my report card. Well, I guess you live moving around and traveling is your true passion. A travel blog is definitely a thing for you. You're a well-traveled person and you can tell people about it, sharing your experiences and inspiring people to explore the world. Was D your most common answer? Then you could try starting a blog about books and movies. You could write reviews, post quotes, make recommendations, or just share interesting details about what you have noticed. It's up to your creativity, and you'll find a lot of like-minded people. Finally, if you pick most E's, then you should consider starting a professional blog on the topic you're qualified in or a productivity blog. You're a hard-working and successful person, so you could share your secrets and inspire people. It's always good to have someone to look up to, and you are a great role model.
Hey, quick question. What image do you have set as your phone background? Is it your own selfie? It might seem like such people focus on themselves and their looks only, but in reality, they're just super self-confident, decisive, and unstoppable. The only thing that can stop them is not enough likes on their social media. If your wallpaper is decorated with your favorite actor, musician, TikToker, YouTuber, or some other celebrity photo, you must have incredible imagination. You can even imagine meeting someone you'll probably never actually meet. A default wallpaper means this person is easygoing and too busy with everyday life to bother with such insignificant things. Or this person just bought the smartphone and hasn't gotten around to changing the background. Abstract image in the background means you're a great thinker. You have extraordinary logical skills and you tend to overanalyze things. But hey, people always follow your advice. Yeah, even if nobody asked for it. People who have their pet pic as a screensaver want everyone to know how adorable their fur baby is. I'm willing to bet you have hardly any other images in your camera roll. A picture from some crazy party you were at years ago means you did something super embarrassing there, and that's why nobody's invited you to any other party since. Okay, fine. Or maybe you're a bit nostalgic and tend to live in the past. People who have a fancy car for their background rarely open up their hearts. But if you become friends with such a person, they'll always be loyal to you. Or they just really wish they had that car, am I right? If Da Vinci had had a smartphone, he would have kept an Italian sunset as his wallpaper. A screensaver with sunsets gives away true artists. Nope, paint-by-numbers kits won't make you the second Da Vinci, so please, change the wallpaper. If somebody keeps their vacation photo as a wallpaper, they just want to flex about the cool destination they've been to recently. If the photo is old, it means you're way past due for a vacay. People who want to appear smarter than they are usually go for a wallpaper with a philosophical quote. Please, don't tell me anybody actually uses their phone background to guide them in life. If someone's lock screen photo is a piece of art, it means they're an articulate person with impressive deduction skills. Shout out to all the Sherlocks watching! If you have flowers as your wallpaper, spontaneous is your middle name. Grab a last-minute flight and spend an unforgettable week in LA instead of working. Why not? You're the life of the party and everyone likes you for that. Maybe except for your boss. Anyone who keeps a pic with a cup of coffee as their wallpaper has an aesthetic view of life. They're never in a hurry, enjoy every second of this life. Plan a meeting with them and don't be surprised if they're 20 minutes late, at least. People who have space and stars as their wallpaper think they have incredible intuition and psychic powers. Those people will find money in a jacket they haven't worn for a while and believe it was serendipity. Or maybe they just need some space in their life.
Which of these faces looks surprised to you? If it's the guy on the left, you're a realistic and good-tempered person. Your friends often ask you for advice, as you always know exactly what to do. Your colleagues love working one-on-one projects with you. You never initiate any discussions or fights. If the guy on the right looks surprised to you, you're a highly organized person. The slightest change to your own plans makes you upset and confused. You love order in everything, and when your table gets slightly disorganized, all you can think about is cleaning it. These two look almost identical, but only one of them is bored. Which one? If you think it's the one on the left, you're super calm and emotionally stable. You don't lose your nerves even when everyone else freaks out. You're an optimist who believes everything happens for the better, and worrying too much just ruins it. Those who picked the face on the right have really high expectations for themselves. You've wanted to be the best at everything since you were little, and nothing has changed since. When you don't win, you always blame yourself only. It motivates you to keep improving. Which face looks sad to you? In case it's this one on the left, it looks like you're one of those people who would do anything to avoid conflicts. It's easier for you to say it's your fault even when you're right than to fight with someone. You can't stand other people quarreling either, so you're known as a peacemaker. If you picked this face, you know what you want to achieve in your life. You visualize your goals and won't stop until you reach them. You can sort the important from the irrelevant, and you have enough willpower to say no to things that don't bring you closer to your goal. Which of these faces would you call a happy one? If the left one is your choice, you're an extremely curious person. Your whole life is like a maze to you that you can't wait to explore. You'd even break the rules sometimes to calm down that curiosity. Be careful and remember to use your common sense to stay out of trouble. If it's this guy on the right, you're super rational and like it when everything is clearly defined and in order. You never say yes to things before thinking of the consequences. Even picking a coffee to go can take you a while because you have to calculate its nutritional value in your mind. Which one of these guys seems curious to you? Did you go with this one on the left? Looks like you have a bright and bubbly personality. If your mood was a type of weather, it'd always be sunny. You gladly share that inner sunshine with others. That's why you're the soul of any party. If the second face is your choice, looks like you're easily influenced by others and their mood. You take on their energy, so it better be positive. You can't live a day without people, and always start small talk at the grocery store or gas station to get that vibe you need. What about these two? Which of them looks proud to you? If you're sure it's the guy on the left, seems you're an overachiever, and you like testing your own limits. The word tired isn't even in your vocabulary. There isn't an empty line in your daily planner. You feel guilty when you're taking a rest. Remember, it's okay to give yourself a break sometime. You're doing a lot already. Now if it's this guy on the right who's the proud one to you, you seem to be a rebel at heart. You never lose a chance to test the boundaries to see if you can stretch them a bit. Your fun and adventurous spirit doesn't like to be caged in an office or even one city. Pick a shocked face out of these two. Do you think it's the one on the left? You're spontaneous and impulsive. Trust your gut even when things don't turn out as you expected. You never regret anything. You see life as a journey and not a destination. That's why you enjoy every twist and turn that journey might take. If it's the right one for you, you aren't afraid of difficulties. You like solving complicated tasks and problems no one else can handle. They give you drive and motivate you to take your skills to the next level. You like to hear that others wouldn't manage to get things done without you. Which of these meals looks like a comforting one to you? If you went for the good old grandma's apple pie, your memories mean everything to you. You're a pretty sentimental person and you find it uneasy letting go of things, places, and especially people. Even if you aren't 100% happy about something, you'd rather keep things the way they've always been. If a gourmet chef seems comforting to you, boredom is your worst enemy. A new taste, emotion, or place is something you need to cheer up and feel a zest for life. You say goodbye to things and people easily, knowing that the best is yet to come if you make room for it. Pick the type of weather that looks inspiring to you. Those who are inspired by sunrises on a calm and bright day try to avoid drama in their life. If that's you, looks like you don't like to rush. You're responsible and always give your work your best, but you believe all good things take time. You're sure that success comes to those who work more than others. If you picked rainy weather, seems that you believe in destiny and good luck. You see signs in everything and can change your plans if these signs aren't so promising. You know how to relax, and even if you have a lot of things to do, you'll always find some time for yourself. Which of these places you'd go when you're feeling sad? Those who went for the library need the support of others to feel better. You rely on the life experience and wisdom of your friends and family, and always ask them for help when you need to make an important decision. You're afraid of making a mistake and hurting their feelings. Those who believe hiking in some big open space, like the mountains, can make them feel better, are more independent. You listen to your inner voice first, and only then share what's worrying you with others. You respect their opinion, but always make your own choices and take responsibility for them. Pick an outfit that sums you up. If you're all about blue jeans and white t-shirts, you're most likely a person who doesn't like too much attention. You work a lot but don't expect any praise for it. You never credit for someone else's or group work and feel comfortable that way. Those who picked a fancy evening dress most likely can't live without attention. You'd wear a sweater in the middle of summer just to stand out from the crowd. You're happy to be in the spotlight and would never miss a chance to get there. Which of these looks like a lucky charm you'd wear around? If it's going to be something matching, like a necklace or a bracelet, you're a sociable person and a great team player. You like to share tasks and responsibilities with others. Your friends and teammates know they can always rely on you. In case you'd rather pick a little crystal or some other personal charm, you're more of a single player. People probably let you down in the past, so it's not easy for you to share something important or rely on them completely. You prefer doing all the work yourself to be 100% it will be perfect. Pick a color that brings up happy memories. If orange is a happy color for you, you're a super friendly and cheerful person. You forgive people easily and move on. You have a lot of happy childhood memories and you wouldn't change anything in your life right now. If white is your happy color, you can't wait to have a fresh start. You're a bit bored with your life at the moment and wouldn't mind changing it. You believe you can make it if you just take that first step. Now, pick a color you'd rather avoid in your life. If you don't want gray in your life, you're afraid it will get dull as you settle down. Remember, you can always spice it up a little, trying new things or going new places. Those who'd gladly get rid of fuchsia in their reality are probably a bit overwhelmed at the moment. It's okay to slow down, take some rest, and listen to your own inner voice to understand where you want to go from here. Have you ever wondered which fantasy creature is mostly linked to your personality? This quiz will spill the tea. Pick your answers and don't forget to count your score. The results will be waiting for you at the end of the video. Finally, your dreams come true. You got an invitation letter from a secret magic academy. Which design would you prefer? Option A adds 3 points to your score. B costs 2. Answer C is worth 1 point. D brings you 4 points. And option E costs 0 points. You've arrived at the academy. Time to choose your room. Option A brings you 1 point. B is worth 2 points. C brings you 0 points. Option D adds 4 points to your score. And E brings you 3 points. Which of your senses do you most rely on? Eyesight is worth 4 points. If you choose hearing, add 2 points to your score. Scent brings you 3 points. Touch is worth 0 points. And taste brings you 1 point. With whom would you rather pick as your roommate? A brings 3 points to your score. Answer B costs 1 point. C brings you 2 points. If you chose D, add 4 points to your basket. And E costs 0. Which combination seems more attractive to you? Earth plus fire brings you 4 points. Air plus water adds 1 point to your score. If you picked fire and water, grab 3 points. Water and earth cost 0, and the fire plus air combination brings you 2 points. The lessons begin. Time to choose your first school crush. Who would you rather fall in love with? Option A costs 0. B brings you 3 points. C costs 4 points. D brings you 2 points. And E is worth 1 point. Let's go to the school canteen. What would you like for lunch? A chocolate bar with coffee brings you 4 points. If you picked cherry pie, add 1 point to your score. Sandwiches cost 0 points. A burger with fries brings you 2 points. And if you choose the sushi set, grab 3 points. Suddenly, your crush offers to go for a walk. Where would you like to go? Option A adds 1 point to your score. B costs 3 points. Answer C is worth 4 points. D brings you 2 points. And option E costs 0 points. During your walk, you see a flower. Which one? Orchid costs 3 points. If you picked lilies, grab 1 point. Daisy brings you 2 points. Rose costs 4 points. And Peon adds 0 points to your score. Your teacher offers you 5 out-of-school activities. What would you rather choose? choir brings you 3 points. Pottery costs 0. Dragon riding brings you 2 points. Drama club is worth 1 point. And fencing adds 4 points to your score. What's your weakness? If you picked arrogance, take 1 point. Anger brings you 2 points. Laziness is worth 0. Lust is worth 3 points. And cynicism is worth 4 points. Your first week at the Magic Academy is over. What would you like to do on the weekend? Hide from everyone and meditate. Just stay in my room and chill. Go on a date, obviously. Gather my new friends and watch movies. Hiking in the woods. A brings you 4 points. B costs 0 points. Answer C costs 3 points. D brings you 1 point. If you chose E, add 2 points to your basket. The school bully pulls a prank on you. How would you react? Just give me 5 minutes and he'll be my bestie. I'll just run to my room and cry. What bully? I'm the main bully here. Revenge is a dish better served cold. I'll figure out his weakness and use it against him. A costs 3 points. Answer B is worth 0. C is worth 2 points. D brings you 1 point. And E adds 4 points to your score. What magic discipline is likely to be your favorite? Option A costs 4 points. B brings you 3 points. C costs 2 points. D brings you 0 points. And E adds 1 point to your score. Which magic tool attracts you the most? Option A adds 2 points to your score. B costs 4 points. Answer C is worth 3 points. D brings you 1 point. And option E costs 0 points. You need to choose one of these 5 magical animals as your faculty mascot. Whom would you prefer? If you pick the serpent, take 1 point. The phoenix brings you 4 points. The unicorn is worth 2 points. The mermaid costs 3 points. And the dragon brings you 0 points. The Academy will soon host a masquerade ball. Which mask will you choose to wear? Venetian Classic brings you 3 points. The animal mask is worth 2 points. This creepy doctor mask is worth 1 point. Sad clown mask costs 0. And if you chose this cyberpunk option, add 4 points to your score. You enter a secret room by accident and face a magical mirror that reflects the dark side of one's soul. Which reflection looks like your inner bad guy? Option A is worth 0 points. B costs 3 points. And option C costs 4 points. Answer D is worth 1 point. E brings you 0 points. You enter the next room and see a mirror that reflects your biggest dream. Which one looks like yours? Option A adds 2 points to your score. B costs 3 points. Answer C is worth 1 point. D brings you 0 points. And option E costs 4 points. Ready for the results? Make sure to calculate your score correctly, and let's go! Congratulations! You have extraordinary mental abilities. You can read people like books. It's almost impossible to deceive you. That's why other people treat you with respect and admiration. Although your talent can make you a little cynical, don't rush to turn to the dark side. It's good to know everything, but leaving the door open to miracles is even better. People might surprise you in good ways too. If you got 45 to 60 points, ooh la la, you're a siren, a mysterious sea creature which can charm everyone with its singing. Your bright and sweet vibe can chase away all despair. People can't help but fall in love with you at first sight. That's why you shouldn't have problems with making friends or succeeding in your career. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. You're blessed with the gift of a siren song to inspire others, not to manipulate them. You have a dual personality, just like a werewolf. On the one hand, you're a warm-hearted and charismatic person with a great sense of humor. But on the other hand, you can get really harsh if someone violates your boundaries or offends your family. Passion is your profession. You do things with genuine dedication, which helps you succeed in life. People perceive you as either a great, loving friend or as a dangerous enemy. You can easily be the soul of your tribe if you learn to control your instincts and show your teeth only when necessary. Vampires make the greatest leaders. Unlike most people, you realize the real worth of life force and time. This talent allows you to guide others towards higher productivity and joy. Your intuition always tells which project will flourish and which one will only drain your energy. That's why you act carefully and precisely like a surgeon. Friends might call you unpredictable and gloomy, but don't worry. They're in love with your sophisticated taste and independent personality. If your score is between 0 to 15 points, your mind is probably super peaceful and stable. You might take your time to make a decision, but when it's made, it's carved in stone. So if you ever feel stuck in life, just try new things and embrace the unknown. When it comes to group work, you're the person who makes things happen. That's why people see you as a loyal and trustworthy friend who's always there to support them and give wise advice. By the way, you can make a great principal of the Magic Academy. Think about it. Butterflies are live symbols of change. Pick the one you like most by its color and shape. If number 1 caught your eye, you're sensitive and honest. You show a lot of compassion to others, including strangers. Helping other people is in your nature, and you rush to someone's rescue right away. Don't neglect your own feelings and ask for help if you need it. Treat yourself with the same respect and care. Your kind and beautiful soul deserves it. Did you pick butterfly number 2? You must be a peaceful person in harmony with yourself and the rest of the world. One word that can define you is balance. You have no problem navigating between your personal and professional life. People never notice your problems and struggles as you prefer to hide your feelings and distance yourself until you go back to your happy and calm self. Those who went for number 3 are creative souls. You see the beauty in little things. You're logical and like to analyze everything, even when you don't have to. You're a perfectionist and would rather miss a deadline than hand in something you aren't 100% happy with. Your work means the world to you and you don't mind doing some extra hours. If you like the 4th butterfly most of all, you're ambitious and self-organized. You set goals and achieve them step by step. Failure is your greatest fear as you don't like to let yourself and others down. People who don't know you well might think you're arrogant and obsessed with success. If your choice is butterfly number 5, you've got a lot of energy and enthusiasm. You always look on the bright side of life and find inspiration for endless fun. Your biggest fear is boredom. You want to try everything in the world and go everywhere. That's why you take up as many tasks at once and don't always finish on time. Did number 6 win your heart? You must be logical and wise. Others ask you for advice and criticism. You analyze the situation and don't take anyone's side in a conflict. You take good care of your own emotions and don't worry too much about anything. A clean conscience is your secret to staying that calm. Moving on. Which of these images scares you the most? Can't stand the sight of overdue bills? You're a down-to-earth and hardworking person. You like to live by the rules. Try doing something crazy at least once in your life. You might love it. In the case the stage and spotlights make you shiver, you probably have some secret bugging you. Try sharing it with someone or confess you've done something wrong. It might also be your shyness. Remember, you're worthy of attention. If you can't stand the idea of a breakup, you've probably broken your heart too many times. Try to take up a new hobby, get a haircut, buy some clothes you'd never normally wear, and love yourself just like you do your significant other. It'll only make your relationship stronger. Are nightmares your worst nightmare? Try some meditation before going to bed. Also, accept that you can't have control over everything in your life. It's okay to slip sometimes. The snake symbolizes your enemies. If you know them, try making the first step and solving the conflict peacefully. If it's impossible, spend more time with your loved ones and remember you can't be everyone's favorite. Do you fear the big open spaces, aka the unknown? In that case, you're someone who has a plan for everything and can't stand surprises. It's okay to sometimes let things go, and they might work out even better than you expected. Now, decide which one of these images of the sky is the best reflection of your current mood. If it's some clouds and the sun coming through, you have your ups and downs, but you're a pretty balanced person. You keep your emotions under control and know that every cloud has a silver lining. Not a cloud in the sky. You're one lucky person. You're happy with everything in your life at the moment. You don't need a reason to smile and celebrate life every day. Keep that attitude. Thunder and lightning. You must be going through an exciting time in life right now. New job, moving to a different city, working on the biggest project ever. Embrace it. It definitely has a lesson for you to learn. Did you pick the bright sunset? It means you're in the reflecting phase of life right now. You're looking at your past with gratitude and a little sadness. The best is yet to come. The romantic pinkish sky speaks for itself. You're in love. It could be another person, your job, your hobby, or even yourself. Cherish this feeling. If it's all gray and no sun for you, stay strong. Sometimes the only way out is through. Remember, it's okay to ask others for help and support if you really need it. Which of these pictures inspires you the most? Is it a blank canvas for you? You're probably tired with everyday routine and want to change something in your life. Start small and you won't regret it. If you picked the jigsaw puzzle, you love solving tasks no one else can cope with. You only feel happy when you're growing, learning new things, and testing yourself in different ways. In case you went for the big house, you're a family person. You wouldn't move far away from your loved ones even for all the money in the world. You feel happiest helping others. Ready to teleport to that jungle? You're a natural explorer. Boredom is your synonym for disaster. Keep going as long as you're careful and sometimes at least a little practical. If you can't wait to climb that career ladder, you know exactly what you want from life and take it all. You're goal-oriented, focused, and ambitious. It's all good as long as you don't punish yourself for little failures on the way. In case a picture of sneakers motivates you the most, put them on and finally go for a run. You must have been putting it off for too long. Time for a house makeover. Which one of these patterns would you choose for one of the walls in your living room? If you prefer the classics, looks like you don't like to stand out or draw too much attention to yourself. You rely on the opinion of others a lot. Speaking up sometimes won't hurt. If you chose the tropical vibes, you're the heart and soul of any party. You're always on vacation mode, even when you're at your office. Life is just more fun this way. In case you'd rather go with a plain white wall, you're probably a bit overwhelmed with everything right now. Try spending some time outside to calm down and clear your mind. Black and white pattern fans have an analytical mind and keen attention to detail. If that's your choice, you're great with numbers and planning. You never make spontaneous decisions. If you'd like to have a pastel palette on your wall, you're a loving and caring person. You have a lot of friends and always put them first. Your house means the world to you, so you keep it super tidy and buy little cute things to make it even cozier. In case you went for the bright abstract design, you're the rebel artsy type. You aren't afraid to express yourself. You're a live statement of independence and your own style, from the color of your coat to the pattern on your walls. One letter is missing here. What is it going to be? If you decided it's missing a P, you care a lot about your appearance and the impression you make on others. You don't mind spending time and money on expensive things that make you feel good. If you'd rather add a letter K here, you're an active person, always looking for thrills. You'd never say no to adventures and risk. You forget about any problems you've had quickly and are ready to move on again. Those who think this word needs a D are hardworking and rather humble people. You're a great team player and don't mind when someone else takes credit for your common work. In case you believe you should add an M here, you must feel uncomfortable right now. You probably hurt someone without realizing it or did something else you aren't proud of. It's never too late to say you're sorry.
They say that women spend an average of 600 minutes on a mobile phone every day, compared to 459 minutes for men, according to a study. This time is usually spent on work-related tasks, like sending emails, as well as social media surfing. However, this is not just about the numbers. In fact, phone usage can reveal a lot about your personality. Constant phone checker. Being constantly dependent on your phone can make you more impulsive and easily distracted in other areas of life. According to studies, people too attached to their phones may become more emotional compared to those who can stay away from their phones an entire day and keep a nearly full battery. So, if you want to become more focused and calm, try limiting the number of phone checks during the day and not exceeding this limit no matter what. And of course, don't forget to reward yourself at the end of the day for your own patience and discipline. Bubble bath, a delicious dinner, a night walk with your special one. Choose what really motivates you. The ascetic user. Cell phone owners who don't use their phones that much and ignore technological capabilities such as cameras, payment, access to social media, and so on. If it's all about you, congratulations! According to studies, not being tied to your phone is a nice place to be, because such people feel more relaxed, satisfied with their lives in general, and tend to have higher self-esteem. The phone drowner. Some people can grab their phones just to answer one single text message and get stuck on social networks for long hours, forgetting about other things. If your screen time makes you blush, perhaps it's time to limit your phone use. Researchers found out that cutting the phone usage duration and frequency may help raise the level of optimism and become more productive. The midnight user. People who frequently fall asleep hugging their phones raise the risk of waking up on the wrong side of the bed. The blue light emitted by cell phone screens restrains the production of the key sleep hormone melatonin. So, falling asleep becomes an even more difficult task, as well as waking up the next day and feeling energized. As for the opposite, people with a higher sense of duty usually stop using their phones before midnight. This is wise because sleep loss affects our mood greatly. It's usually recommended to avoid looking at bright screens 2 or 3 hours before bed. The full battery user. This behavior is a sign of high discipline and leadership skills. Conscientious people don't like when a battery is low. So, if you prefer your battery properly charged, perhaps it's a sign to call upon your leadership skills and reconsider your career. The excessive caller. Making and receiving too many calls? Study shows that extroverted people make and get more irregular calls and text messages during the day. And this also applies to nighttime. Of course, the modern age of technology is just a paradise for extroverts who can now connect with friends all over the world. Just make sure you don't forget to sleep, eat, and hug your loved ones sometimes. The avoider of calls. On the contrary, more introverted people tend to make fewer phone calls than others. This may be caused by shyness and few social contacts, or simply the willingness to focus on one task at a time. Besides, many people have developed a telephobia, the fear of making and receiving calls. A person with such a disorder has anxiety when someone calls and struggles with receiving any calls. If you notice such symptoms in yourself or your friends, know that you're not alone. It's pretty common. Recent research of UK office workers revealed that 76% of millennials and 40% of baby boomers experience anxiety-induced thoughts when they hear the phone ring. So it's good to have so many alternative methods of communication. The round-the-clock user. Speaking of phobias, there's an opposite disorder when people develop anxiety caused by not having a working mobile phone. It's called nomophobia, and it's also pretty common. More than a half of polled adults tend to feel uncomfortable when they lose their cell phone, run out of battery or credit, or have no network coverage. So, if switching your phone to airplane mode makes you panic, it makes sense to remind yourself that just 100 years ago, people lived without cell phones and still managed to survive and evolve. The phone breakers. Surely everyone knows at least one person who constantly breaks and loses their phone. Such people tend to be more impulsive, rushing, and multitasking than others. But it turns out that this behavior is also pretty common. The average American drops their phone on the ground 4 times every week. Over a third of polled people also confessed that they drop it even more often than that. Statistics show that people usually damage their phones at home, while cooking in the kitchen, watching movies, or even in the bathroom. If you want to reduce the risk of damaging your phone, use it with both hands, especially while taking pictures or typing messages. You can also use a reliable screen protector and stick a phone ring holder to the back of your device. And, of course, keep it in a secure place when you're not using it, in those rare moments. The faithful user. You also probably know someone with opposite behavior, a person who uses the same phone for decades. The top 3 reasons why people go and buy a new phone are breaking down of current device, battery life decrease, and simply the desire to purchase a new model. But in faithful users' hands, the cell phone magically becomes an unbreakable totem that accompanies them for years and even decades. This type tends to stay in a comfort zone and observe the world from the outside, appreciating small things in life. The ringtone person. These guys despise the basic ringtones and strive to customize their phones with special music for each and every contact and occasion. Only about 15 years ago, the only way to get custom ringtones was by purchasing them from a service provider. But luckily, today you can create and load your own ringtone for free. On the one hand, using ringtones can make your friends laugh and dance, but on the other, it can be pretty annoying for some people. In any case, this characterizes such a user as a bright and extraordinary personality capable of resisting public opinion. The loudspeaker. This refers to people who always shout into the phone and attract everyone's attention. When it comes to phone calls, they seem to forget all the rules of etiquette. It would be useful for such users to visit the Tokyo subway one day. In Japan, it's considered extremely bad manners to talk on your cell phone on trains and subways. Of course, they will not write a monetary fine, but they can issue a warning for such behavior. The fashionable user. Take a look at your phone. Does it look like a colorful holiday tree or as a basic piece of glass and metal? Customizing your phone case, adding accessories, and changing wallpaper regularly characterizes artistic personalities sensitive to beauty and wanting every aspect of life to be stylish. Maybe this is why the mobile phone decoration market has become a huge multi-billion-dollar industry. The full storage user. If your phone memory is permanently depleted, this may indicate you're a very open-minded person who doesn't care too much about the future. You probably tend to avoid boring routines and delay tasks. But at the same time, you may be a talented creator, so take a closer look at your artistic skills. As for the memory, Mobile producers most likely will very soon invent a gadget able to store your entire life. On the contrary, regular cleaning of your storage from music, photos, and videos can be a sign that you're good at strategic decisions and long-term planning. So, perhaps it's time to apply those skills to build the life of your dreams. The no-phone user. This type covers people who live without phones. Do they even exist? Yep. About 1 billion people across the world still don't own any mobile phone, and a third of the world's population is unable to access the internet. There are exactly 5.13 billion people in the world who own mobile devices, which is around 66% of the world's population, and only 35% own smartphones. So if you own one, you're in a lucky minority. That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos